Welcome back to Quiet Ireland. Tonight I want to tell you about something that is woven into the landscape of this country, Ireland, in a way that is hard to explain to someone who did not grow up here. You can drive through the Irish countryside and see them if you know what you're looking for. Circular mounds rising gently from flat fields. A ring of old trees growing in a perfect circle on a hillside. A patch of land that a farmer has ploughed around for generations, carefully without ever touching what is inside. Fairy forts. Archaeologists call them ring forts, ancient circular enclosures built thousands of years ago, some as far back as the Iron Age. There are 40,000 of them scattered across this island. 40,000. But in Irish folklore, there's something else entirely. The fairy folk, the people of the mounds. And in Ireland, even today, you do not disturb them. Get yourself comfortable now, close your eyes, and let me tell you all about the fairy forts of Ireland. Picture the Irish countryside, the Midlands maybe, County Laois, County Tipperary, County Clare, flat green fields stretching away in every direction under a wide grey sky. And there, in the middle of a field, a circular mound, maybe 30 meters across, maybe 50, raised slightly from the ground around it, ringed with a ditch and an earthen bank, and on top of it, or around it, a circle of old trees, hawthorn mostly, ancient and gnarled and dense. The farmer who owns that field has never touched it. His father never touched it. His grandfather never touched it. It still sits there in the middle of the field year after year, decade after decade, century after century, completely untouched. Because everyone knows you do not cut the trees on a fairy fort. You do not plough through it. You do not build on it. And you do not move the stones. And if you ask why, the answer is always the same. Because something lives there. Something old. Something that was here long before us. And something that will be here long after us. The fairy folk of Irish legend are not the small, delicate, winged creatures of children's stories. They are something older and stranger than that, powerful and proud and not to be crossed. They live in a world that runs alongside ours, just beneath the surface of things, just beyond the edge of what we can see. And the fairy forts are where the two worlds touch. The old stories about what happens when you disturb a fairy fort are remarkably consistent across Ireland. Livestock fall sick, crops fail, strange misfortunes befall the family, illness comes, accidents happen, and sometimes, people see things, hear things, at night, near the mound, when everything else is quiet. There are farmers across Ireland today, educated men and women, people with smartphones and electric cars, who will not touch the very fort in their field, not because they necessarily believe in fairies in any literal sense, but because their grandmother told them not to, and her grandmother told her. And somewhere in that long chain of inherited wisdom, they feel there is something worth respecting, something that says, leave this place alone. There is a word in Irish for the feeling you get near a fairy fort at dusk, a particular quality of stillness, the way the light seems to sit differently around the mound, the way animals sometimes stop and look at it, the way a conversation sometimes drops to a whisper without anyone deciding to whisper. There's no equivalent word in English which tells you something about how long the Irish have been paying attention to these places. Now I want to tell you about something that happened in 1999, because this is not just ancient history. In County Clare, a motorway was being built, the M18, between Limerick and Galway, a modern road, a major infrastructure project with engineers and contractors and tight deadlines. And in the path of the motorway stood a hawthorn bush, a fairy tree. A folklorist named Eddie Lenihan was driving past one evening when he saw the machinery and the road workers beside it. He stopped. He asked what was going to happen to the tree. They told him it would be cleared. Eddie Lenihan is one of Ireland's last traditional storytellers, a keeper of the old stories, and he knew exactly what that tree was. According to the legend, that particular hawthorn bush stood on a fairy path. It was a meeting point, a gathering place for the fairy folk of Kerry on their way north to do battle with the fairies of Connacht. An ancient invisible road that crossed the very spot where the engineers wanted to lay their tarmac. Lenihan wrote to the newspapers. He went on the radio. He warned that if the tree were destroyed, the road would be cursed, that accidents would happen on that stretch of motorway, that the Kerry fairies and the Connacht fairies, denied their meeting place, would take their anger out on the road and everyone who used it. The story was picked up by the New York Times. The headline read, "If you believe in the fairies, don't bulldoze their lair," and the tree was saved. The county council had it written into the construction contract that the tree must be protected, that the motorway could not come within 5 meters of it. And so today, if you drive the M18 between Limerick and Galway, you will see it. A small, solitary hawthorn bush sitting in the median of a busy modern motorway. Cars and trucks passing it at 100 kilometers per hour, and the tree just sitting there quiet and untouched, the way it has always been. In 2002, someone attacked it with a chainsaw in the night, cut off every branch, left only the trunk. The tree survived, and today, as of 2026, the tree still stands. Now, what do I think about all of this? I think Ireland is a very old country, and old countries accumulate things, stories, memories, layers of meaning that don't always translate into modern language. I think the fairy forts are real. I've seen them. They sit in their fields with a quality of stillness that is hard to explain. Whether that stillness comes from the fairies or from 10,000 years of people treating a place as sacred, or from something else entirely, I honestly don't know. What I do know is that 40,000 of these places have survived on this island. Through famine and war and modernization and and everything else Ireland has been through, and they have survived in large part because people chose to leave them alone. There is something in that worth thinking about, something about a relationship between a people and their land, something about what it means to inherit a story and pass it on. The fairy forts are still out there tonight, in their fields, in their circles of old trees, under whatever sky is above them, quietly doing whatever it is they have always done. There is something comforting, I think, about the idea that the world is older and stranger and more layered than we can fully understand. That beneath the ordinary surface of things, the roads and the routines and the noise of daily life, there are older stories still running quietly underneath. Ireland reminds you of that if you let it. And tonight, wherever you are in the world, I hope you can feel a little of that oldness and that stillness, that sense that you are part of something much larger and longer than any single day. Let your body be heavy now. Let the day go. Breathe in slowly and out. The world is old and quiet tonight, and you are safe in it. Sleep well. Good night. Thank you for spending this evening at Quiet Ireland. New videos every week. Sleep stories, folklore, and gentle conversations from the heart of Ireland. Subscribe and come back whenever you need to rest.